tremendous amount to take in when you enter a room. Normally when you enter a room, it's not going to be decorated as it was as we had it. There won't be as many people, Lord willing. There could be, but we're not going to get you guys started off at that level yet. But what this was an opportunity for us to show you guys how much goes on when you enter a room, and even amplifies with more people within the room. Okay, we're going to slow things down a tremendous amount, even if we just walk you through it. Try to get you guys getting used to pivoting on the balls of your feet as you move into points of domination and things like that for proper body movement. You can even do that just walking. No one's going to be in the room initially. We're going to have later on, once you guys getting used to the entry techniques of button hooks and crisscross, we're going to go ahead and try to get to the point of domination, and then break down the room from the point of domination. But we're also going to initiate some of these targets that Jason's been able to get for us. When you do the entry, as I said, after you've already walked through how you enter the room, watch and make sure you don't flag your partners and stuff like that with your muzzles, we're going to have people hold the targets. Okay? Now when they hold the targets, they can have their hands up like they're giving up. They can be more of an aggressive position, but that's all a part of this. Target conditions, target responses, and everything else. They will not engage you during this time. This is just trying to get you guys used to spot the absence of the normal and the presence of the abnormal within the room. Okay? To know when to take a shot, when not to take the shot. And another issues we were having is that people were breaking down their fields of fire and completely leaving their areas of responsibility. The thing is, the only time you leave your area, actually you never leave your area of responsibility, but once you've broken down your section of the room and there's no possibility of an opposing force penetrating that area that you just got done clearing, then and only then can you scan over and assist your teammate. Okay? But again, you have to watch your fields of fire and your areas of responsibility. We're also going to be looking at communications, because when you guys start to get comfortable moving in and taking your shots and stuff like that, we're also going to have man down type situations where me or one of the other coaches will say hit. You point to the guy, they go down to one knee, and only communication you guys do at this point is when the guy or the girl goes down, you say cover. That's it. The other operator who's fully operational will say covering, and that means you take over now both fields of fire, areas of responsibility. Okay? That comes a little later. But please understand, time is life. Okay? Reactionary gap in time, there's a lot of things that go into that equation that manipulates reactionary gap in time. If I'm going to point a gun at him and going to shoot this individual, and Joey comes in around and I take a bullet to the hip, you are now gaining that reactionary time. Okay? So a lot of people need to understand, even if the individual's not out, it's still giving you time to process through more targets that are more aggressive and more ready to take you on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? If I come into a room and these two gentlemen are up, all right, he has a gun. He doesn't have a gun out yet, but it's on his side, right? Again, you got to look at target conditions, target response, time, and distance. You want time to be amplified on your side, not the adversary side. So how do you do that? You cause diversions. Okay? You cause them to get off their normal thinking process. Not only with the surprise, speed, and violence of action of you entering the room and dominating very, very quickly, but he also tends to, it's like a preparatory action with hand-to-hand, right? If he stands up, and if he stands up, he's going to punch me in the face, right? And I'm going to stop him for a split second. I want to let him think about it again, just a tad bit longer. So I increase my ability and my time that I can think of things I can do against him. So as soon as he wants to draw up on me, when you hit somebody that quick, there for a second, that's not normal. You balk time. So please understand that. Thanks, man. When you enter into a room, you can still do that, but you got to be able to read the room. Okay? You have to be able to read the room. If you can stall somebody, like he has his gun out, I enter the room, he starts to orientate. Remember, we have that transitional space that we call it. Transitional space costs time. All right? You should already have this out and ready to go. You enter the room, he starts to orientate, pop, pop. But again, it will just for a second. He won't die automatically, guys. This is not the movies. He's not going to die automatically. Okay? There have been people who've been shot in the chest 3 times and still come at you because the adrenaline's still pumping. It's kind of like with the chick with the head cut off. Okay? So please understand, that's why you keep moving. But for a second, I don't think he's going to be trying to really get a good sight picture or get good target acquisition when there's holes getting penetrated in him. You're going to increase that time to respond and be able to transition now to the other target. Now he's pulling his weapon out. Okay? You already slowed this guy down. Is he down? Well, are you going to stay on him while this guy's drawing on you? No. This is the kind of stuff that you're going to think about. But again, we'll have targets up. We'll have the individuals holding the targets up with different types of reactions and responses. We're not going to engage you yet. We have to give you guys those building blocks in time to give you guys a slowly adaptation into the atmosphere of reading the room. Okay? So we're going to have 8 operators. I already have X's on the floor. Okay? 8 operators. You will be non-stop working tonight. When we get on these X's, you won't stop. I don't want jabber jawing and everything else. I want it held down to a minimum. Okay? I got to get out of here at 5 o'clock tonight sharp. So when you're over here on the X, we're going to be working on pulling our firearms, stepping off the X. Okay? We're going to do it in every direction, clockwise and then counterclockwise. After that, you guys are going to have to learn to pull with weak hand and still have good muzzle discipline. You still have to know where that muzzle discipline is. Okay? You're going to have to learn how to do that. Now, if you don't want to do the belly cross like I do a lot of the times, you can easily pull it out, rotate it over, put it back in the holster, and then acquire your weapon system. That's fine. Okay? You're going to have to do that while you're moving off the X. You're not always going to have your strong side, right? If you have 2 of them, you're Rambo. Okay, so hopefully you guys will, those 8 operators will get this down to where we can start slowly attacking you, where you learn to still step off the X, using your dead hand to deflect, and then manipulating your 4-count draw in relation to the distance where the perpetrator is trying to attack you. Okay, hopefully we'll get to that. Over here we're going to have 6 operators who are going to work on the button hook and the crisscross technique of going into the room. Okay, over here we're going to have 6 operators working on clearing 80% of the room just from the fatal funnel. That means you won't even enter the room. You'll take out targets of opportunity. All the targets as you clear the fatal funnel over here will be hostile. Okay, there's not going to be mixed with friendly. I want you guys to get on target when they present themselves. Okay? Watch when you move. Make sure you don't expose too much of yourself to the room. Okay? That's why you're able to articulate. You got to know that. It's another reason why we say look left, look right, and what? We stay tight. Keep your elbows in if you don't want it to get shot. Okay? Okay, so engaging multiple targets. When you guys enter a room, there's going to be multiple targets. How do we engage multiple targets? First off, you're going to be going in teams of 2. Okay? Watch your buddy. When you enter the room, watch your buddy. There's going to be a lot of things going on. It's going to get a lot more intense too as time goes on and you start to pick up these slow things. Okay? Proximity. Who is closer to you in your team? Time. Time is everything. I can't emphasize that enough. Time is everything. But you can manipulate the time. Weaponry. What types of weapons? Is it a knife? Is it a firearm? Is it, who knows, an explosive device in his hand? I don't know. And you don't either. You have to make that call when you enter the room. Okay? Then posture of intent. Is he or she drawing on you? Okay? Again, transitional space can save your life. Or it can take it. Transitional space. It incorporates not only transitional space of orientating your weapon system or you to the adversary, but it's also transitional space of transitioning from one room to another. I mean, it has a lot to do with space and time here. Okay? You have to acquire that. Watch the posture of intent. When you have two targets, you have multiple, okay, we're still talking about target engagement. If you have two targets, engage with the standard target response. Standard target response is two rounds controlled pair to the center of the most available target. Okay? So when you guys are going in here and you're going to shoot these targets, I just don't want one hit to a target. I want two. Last time we were doing this combat glide, and I was like, guys, if you don't have the sight picture, don't take the shot. You know how many times I was saying click, 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 ding, click, 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 ding, click, 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 ding. That was not a clear sight picture, people. And that's innocents running around, scurrying around the adversary because they want to get out and save their lives too. You just plugged a bunch of them. Yes, your job is to save lives. So let's stop with the click, 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 ding, click, 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 ding, 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 click, 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 click stuff. I want to hear, if you miss twice, okay, we're learning. But as I think I can be safe to say that was excessive. Okay? Let's gear it down. If you miss your target, that means something in the fundamentals you're not doing right. Let alone with the natural sway and arc of movement with you breathing. Now you're moving. It's another reason why these are the only things that are supposed to be moving as you move, pretty much. Everything above this here should be pretty much really calibrated in and dialed in as you're moving. All right? You got to feel that in your core. You have to feel that in your arms. You got to feel that in your grip. This is pretty much the only thing moving in your lower anatomy. This should be one of the only things that's moving when the target presents itself in your upper anatomy, besides the pivot. Okay? Guys, remember to point. It's good practice, right? Good safety practice. Keeping your booger hook off the bang-bang switch. That's right. Well, point. Watch how you expand and retract your weapon systems. Okay? 3 or more targets, still 2 rounds to each. All right? What's a failure to stop drill?
One to the head.
One to the head. All right, go ahead and move down. Okay, room clearing. Those who are going into the rooms. Okay? I'll get with some of the other operators here in just a second before we break in. Okay, 3 main elements of room clearing. We already know what that is. What is it? Surprise.
And
Speed. Violence of action. Violence of action. You have to dominate the room. Surprise is everything. Okay? Everyone has to play catch-up. Remember the OODA loop, right? Observation, orientation, decision, and action. That's what the OODA loop stands for. Observation, orientation, decision, and action. You're supposed to be ahead of that loop the whole entire time when you enter the room. The whole entire time, you're supposed to be ahead of the loop. If you do not stay ahead of the loop, they will compromise. I mean, you are compromised because they will capitalize on that. They will get ahead of you on the OODA loop, and guess who wins? Yeah, yeah. You have to stay ahead of the OODA loop. The path of least resistance. The room can be figured in many different ways. We also did that the last time. You have to go to the path of least resistance to continue your flow, to continue your movement. I don't even care if you could topple a table. I don't care if you topple a chair. I don't care. But that weapon system needs to stay up and online. Your radar needs to be up and online. You got to do the best you can to tactical breathe and not lose your peripheral vision. Because that's going to save your life too. Okay? We're going to work on the stack up. Again, we're going to work on button hook and crisscross techniques. We're going to look at breaching. If you see the hinges, what do you do with the door if you have to enter? You have to pull it to you. If you don't see hinges, what do? You push. Okay? Unless you have a shotgun or some other type of device to get in another way. We're not working on explosives and dynamic entries and stuff like that yet. We can get some M80s and Coke cans if you like.
Where's Corbin?
Boom!
We get Corbin.
Okay, so clearing hallways, clearing stairways, and communication. The only communication we're going to work on tonight is cover and covering. That's it. If you go down for some reason, we're going to simulate that. You yell cover, your teammate will have to cover you. Okay? Any questions with that? All right, we're going to move on. Keep going. Surprise, speed, and violence of actions. Don't forget this, guys. Go ahead. Point of domination. What is the point of domination?
Your objective point. Control objective point.
It's right now for your two-man team. It's the corners as soon as you enter the room. The corners at the end of the wall. Now we're only going to be doing center-fed rooms tonight. We're going to have left-hand and right-hand fed rooms. Depends on the orientation of the door with the room. Right now, both of these are going to be center-fed, so it's going to help us out a little bit. Okay. Point of domination. As soon as you enter the room, that's your corner. If I come in and I rotate this way, that's my corner. Okay, I get to my corner, I break it down. From this point, I'm breaking it down. Okay? And as soon as I walk in, guys, boom, there's nothing there. Do you think I'm just going to be pointing at this? You think if I turn around and I point at that corner, you think I'm just going to point at that corner?
My blind dogs.
There's nothing there. There's no threat. Where's the threat? Out there. So break the room down as you get into the point of domination. Rotate on the balls of your feet. Turn the heel out. Get you on track. There's nothing there. You got to start moving. Okay? Watch how you move your feet. Fields of fire. What are fields of fire?
Air responsibility.
Areas of responsibility, but it's like a what? A piece of what?
Pie.
A piece of pie. Or pizza. Unless it's the freaks back there who eat it crust first, you always go with the pinnacle, with the point first. You are the pinnacle. You're the point. And you can rotate here. And where your eyes go, your what? Your third eye goes. Okay? But you do not break your slice. If I break my slice, I can most likely kill somebody I don't want to. Okay? Bad guys deserve it. Good guys don't. Keep your head on. Okay? Sit down. Okay. Now this is kind of a standard stack, which we're not going to do as of right now. Okay? Again, fields of fire, there's that piece of pizza. Once you get into the room, your corner's clear. They are breaking the room down here with their sight in areas and fields of fire. They're breaking it down. That's how you want to break the room down. Again, if there is no way an opposing force can come in through this room and pollute your area that you just cleared, it's okay to assist your buddy, right? Don't let them get into the red zone. Okay, get down. Communicate. Read and no read. This is how you enter the room. Mainly a standard stack. A standardized stack, they're behind you. Whichever way the guy goes, the first individual, whatever way they go, you go opposite. Just remember that. Even if you forget. Because when you're ready to go into a room for real life, okay, here we go. Breathe, relax. Some of the stuff that I'm telling you, you're not going to remember. But please remember, go the opposite direction. For example, let me pick on somebody. What are the fundamentals of marksmanship? I know you guys remember everything I give you.
The brass.
No. That's breathe, relax, aim, and squeeze, and scan, but that's not the fundamentals. The fundamentals, guys, you need to know. That's going to make you a great marksman. If you don't know the fundamentals, click, 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 ding, click, 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 ding, ding, click, 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 click. You'll be doing that for the rest of it. The rest of the time you're shooting and pulling trigger.
Oh.
Now remember, the fundamentals is going from the ground up. What is the fundamentals of marksmanship? Give me one. There's one. Give me another one.
Muzzle.
Breathing.
Breathing. Hold on, guys. Wait. I know you guys are excited. I know it. So stance, breath control. What else?
Sight picture.
Sight picture. You can mix sight picture and sight alignment all with one word: aim.
Grip.
All right, grip. Guys, please try to remember this from the ground up. First off, you got to have a good what? Foundation to launch anything from. So the first thing you think of is stance. The next thing you got to do is, well, I don't have it, so I got to get my what?
Weapon
Your
system.
grip. You got to get your grip. What's next? Well, if you're going to shoot something, you have to what?
Hold it.
You got to look at them, point at them, aim at them. This is the fundamentals. Stance, grip, point, and aim. Then what?
Squeeze.
Breathe.
Breath control. You got to control yourself, guys. If you're jerking all over the place, I've seen guys just by isometric stance alone start to, because they're home for so long. Like when we get into AR platforms and things like that. This is really cool, guys. It really is. And it does work a lot because you help them with that thumb as a point of aim, point of reference, right? Then you have your plate carrier systems. You got your mags on you. You got, if you have your bladder on there with the water, it depends on your operations and everything else. Yeah. You're going to get tired, and guess what? This happens. You tend to come back to what? Your center, your core. Okay? Don't get lost in mumbo jumbo. If you can do it and acquire and you hit your target, that's great. But also learn how to shoot this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay? Don't get caught up in a lot of stuff. Go ahead and move next. Path of least resistance, we talked about this. Pay attention here. This is what you guys are going to be doing when you're clearing 80% of the room by the funnel. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. But when you approach the room, this is how you clear, looking for targets of opportunity before you even get into dangerous way of entering the room. Believe me, if you don't know what's in the room, it's suggested it's not a good time to go in. But sometimes you have no choice. Be smart. Use your head, or you'll lose it. Literally. Be smart. Know what's in the room, if you can, before you enter the room. Sometimes I had to listen to doors and listen to walls and try to hear what was going on. Try to position them the best I could if I had no visual. Get over there, do that. You hear the dominance in voices. Shut up! Whatever. Sometimes you had to do that. It gave you a little bit of orientation before you went in. Okay? So we're going to be doing that. Stack up, we will work on the stack up here in a little bit. We're only going to be working with 2 teams of 2. Breaching, I already talked about that. Already talked about pushing, no hinges. Pull, hinges. This is a blasting technique for the shotgun, but no, we're not going to do that. Okay, armed and or prepared to fire at the team. You guys might see that when you enter the room. Okay, you're looking at this. Anything that's blocking the movement or hindering the team from getting to the point of domination. All right, knock it over. Even if it's an innocent, grab them, boom. Nice sweeps. Sweeps work. They might hurt a little bit, but they're alive. Okay, do whatever it takes. You have to be aggressive. Within arm's reach of a team member. I'm telling you guys, some of you guys might not even see him standing there. A lot of officers and military operators and private security sector guys have been cut and lacerated and didn't even see a knife. It's amazing what you don't see when you're under stress. Okay? So watch each other's back. Anything 3 or 5 feet upon entry. Okay? Guys, good at target acquisition. Get good at it. Throat shots, knee shots. I don't give a squat. If they have a force multiplier, that's deadly force. Okay? Again, time is on their side, take it back. Utilizing the OODA loop the way you're supposed to utilize the OODA loop, and stay into techniques, tactics, and procedures. Even if, listen, as I said last time, even if you do everything right, is there still a possibility of you going down? Yes. But that is what you have agreed to when you're willing to carry a weapon system on you. Okay, we already talked about that. Enter ASAP. This is another thing that we're going to be doing is rehearse the communication. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do, again, don't flag your teammate. We need to go ahead and break into our groups. How many people do we have today? Actually, let me have the coaches first. Joey, Nash, Brad, Eric. Come on up here.
About 20 after that.
Chad, I'm going to use you as well. Okay, so 9, 12. Oh, good. Okay, I'm going to need 8 operators. You guys can, all by yourself, think of what you want to do. But I want 8 operators that are X's. You can see on the floor, starting here, starting in India over here in the corner. I need 8 operators on the X. I need 6 operators who don't want to do that over here at the exit. And we want 6 more operators over here to the double doors without the exit sign. So let's spread out. If you want to talk, this is your time to talk. Because when we get started, we're going to not stop. Forward, reverse, left, and right. That's what you have. You guys can fill in the blanks. There's positive, negative 45s. We're going to start off right out of the gate, manipulating your 4-count draw, stepping forward. I want 3 reps in each position. Okay? So if we're standing here, you already can see your first tick mark. All right? There you go. Step up and you present your weapon system the way you're supposed to present your weapon system. I don't want you bowling. I don't want you fishing. All right? We pull these for a reason. You get your muzzle orientated the way it's supposed to be. Get your elbows in and get your shoulders up. You're ready to fight. It's the only reason you're pulling it. Okay? Protect yourself the best you can. Get those up. Get it on line 3 times. All right? From interview position, it could be yellow, it could be orange. It doesn't matter. Have your hands up. Something goes wrong, get your hands up. And then after that's done, you guys can scan if you want to make sure everything is safe. Only time this goes back in the holster is if the opposing force is done, neutralized. Start stepping clockwise. Once you guys are done going in different directions, then you can go ahead and start going the opposite direction. All right, but I want you guys to orientate the best you can. See, I had to look for a second. Sometimes drop your chin. Don't know where chairs are at, right? Once that's done, go back counterclockwise, 3 reps. This is the only way you're going to get good at your 4-count draws, by repetition, okay? When you're done, clockwise, counterclockwise, 3 reps on each. Time to come out this way. All right, get it up and get it on line. Okay, that's another reason why you have to look at where your weapons are equipped on you. That's going to dictate where you have your weapon system. If you can't get to it with this hand, what good is it now if this is shot? You have to figure it out for yourself. All right, again, you have forward. This hand is down. Get it back to your center as you deploy it out. Do not have it, guys, pay attention. Don't have it straight up, cant it. A tad bit. Don't gangster it, but cant it, because it has natural ergonomics. All right? Natural ergonomics. Me, personally, when I put my thumb up like this, that helps me stabilize my weapon system one-handed. Try it. See if it works for you. All right? Reholster. If you cannot do this part, if you can't get that down, as I said, pull it out, get it back in the holster, then pull it out. All right? We got to do this, guys, because reloading single-handed's coming. All right? Where you can only reload with that one hand, rack it, and keep going. All right? Any questions? Clockwise. We're doing it what? Both hands, right? Come back. Scan, make sure you're good and clear. I don't care if you bring it back to this position. Make sure all your buddies around you are not in your way. Let's get it. Let's work it. Let's get it done. You're the coach on this. I have to find this individuals.
Trying to get on your target, clear this.
If you miss that,
Because you're going to be going to the range and doing this. We've already done it.
make sure you get your sight. Let's go. Stop.
While you're moving.
Have you go back the other direction. Now this is the left hand. Make sure they have that side picture. Have them go back left hand.
And make sure you.
Guys, listen, these are not always accurate. That's why you have a 0 win on the target. I don't care, guys. If you see them, they're really close to the target. I don't care if you can count that.
Because I got bad about that. Trying to aim and not lose it. But, you gotta get out of that habit. And work on your draw, that 4-count draw is good.
It's still a hit. These guys are not hit. Okay? But do not move. You go really slow.
And then come around. Doing the reach around, keep getting them, like going with the dead hand.
That's the hard.
Guys, do not forget the 3. Get to the 3 as best as you can. Get it to the center.
You don't know it.
But if you practice both hands, you make the best use. He was saying that.
Step off, not coming in, step off to the side. Anyway, just take my direct, take my way with it.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
There you go.
I like trying to get away with that.
I do too, I don't like it. If you want to put as much time as somebody.
I was looking over here. I got a chicken. I cheated on my. I hold the pencil instead of knife.
Josh couldn't reach it, could he? Still got good.
Remember, you got don't be static. You go there.
I was going right hand.
Yeah, and keep me away from you and be moving. I got it.
1, 2, 3.
You would have been.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm that far away. If you got there.
Hit me the flip.
There you go, Mike.
You got me anyway, but.
Yeah,
You got my hip,
still though, if you stop that person and they only get you, you done what you're supposed to do. Right?
What you doing, bro?
James is wanting a piece of me. He's working on it.
Kind of get you sleeping.
He said, wait a minute, we get it out.
All right, James.
Hold on 1 minute, bud.
Hey, Brian.
Sir. We did even all.
Oh, Brian.
4:30. Down. Hey, don't give him anything. Don't give him the gun. Keep it here.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
You guys are gonna find that. Guys, listen, you're gonna find that more and more. You're gonna be giving things to them. Not even think about it. Why? Because the movies do it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Keep it. You're here. Keep it away from them. Don't go, ah!
You there? And you stick it
Well,
up.
I mean, you get it.
Yeah.
Turn it
Natural,
down.
I did that. I got
Trying to hold that thumb, you can't.
Not with this.
You ain't gonna hold the valve in my hand. Yeah. And work it in.
Gotcha.
You don't come to here.
Got me twice.
And that would be like if I that would be like if you came at me and you started backing up, then I come here, but if you come towards me, then it's
Well,
1, 2, 3.
you got it drawn and I'm coming towards you, and you
Got
got
you that
that
first time, that's it.
and I keep coming, you need to pull it back to the 3.
and then just back up.
Open up then.
It's time. If your hands come back into your workspace, you're increasing your time on your behalf, not on their behalf. Yeah? Because I know when you see this, your dead hand is going to sacrifice itself and do what its job is supposed to do. It's supposed to go to this, yeah? Immediately, it should go. Because even if he grabs this thing, him physically knows where my weapon system is. He no longer has to look at it. Because now he can go ahead and transfer and shift his focus on what matters, is getting to me. This is taken care of. Now what happens? You are going to defend yourself. But you're not just going to pull your weapon system. Go ahead. You're not just going to pull your weapon system and give it to the forward. You're going to pull it and you're going to keep it here. Okay? If he grabs this and chucks me a little bit with his fist, I don't care. Go ahead and do your fist. Pop! Then he gets his weapon system out. You keep it back here. Keep it back. And close quarters, you don't need sight pictures. You don't need sight pictures. Just point. I'm blind right now. I don't have my glasses on, but I guarantee I can hit every one of you guys blind. I guarantee it. Okay? So no, sacrifice the hand. Everything else comes. Get the weapon system back away so I can't grab it. So if I do grab it, guess what? There's a projectile going through my arm. All right? I don't think I'll be grabbing much more after that. Don't get me wrong, during stress, you guys seen 13 hours, right? He was still engaging when his support hand was completely gone. Guys, get out of the mindset. Oh, he's hit. Oh, I'm hit. No. Oh, I'm done. No, you're not. All right, if I come in and I start doing this stuff, there, he needs to be calling it out. 1, 2. This stuff will be coming. That's what we call a shadow hand, what he just did. Whenever you block, you just come, oh, bam, just right across. Boom. I want to be gearing up soon, but we got to do baby steps. We got to get ourselves calibrated with the way we position our bodies, how we stand, and everything else, or it's all for naught. I can pad up, we can beat the hell out of each other all night. That's not the point. All right? All right, you ready? Get your hands in the interview position. Guys, you never know when things can happen. Was he saying it?
No, thank
He can't. His stressors are at that level where you just can't rattle off. All right, come on, let's go. Slow down. Because when we come in fast, it's coming in fast. Now watch, guys, here. If I'm here, I'm going to come in slow. Where's his hand? Yeah. I'll come in slow to give him an opportunity to see what he wants to do, whatever he wants to do. Boom, boom, boom. Where is he positioned? He was positioned where? What? Yeah, he's giving me his weapon system again.
In fairness, they were headshots.
Yeah. No, that's still good, but don't give him an opportunity. Don't give him an opportunity to reach up and grab it. I'll come in slow, guys. Come on, get yourself ready. Go on your ass. Guys, go in slow on each other, but you don't stop.
Boom, boom.
Oh.
Boom, stay.
There you go. See that? Guys, go down to the ground. That's fine. Because I was still what?
And don't let.
I'm still swinging the knife.
Here I go.
So you haven't gone through.
Back up a little bit there.
Everybody knows what a button hook is, right? If you don't know, okay, I'll tell you. So a button hook is a J, but it's upside down. Okay? So basically what we're gonna do is we're outside the door and we're ready. We're clearing, we've pied this door, we've threshold evaluation this door, so we're good. So the thing that we can't see is back down here in this corner. Okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break the plane and enter at the same time. So when we come in, we're gonna pin this corner first, okay? So get out of the door, pin this corner, and then start sweeping back towards the middle of the room. Okay? If my eyes make it to my partner, I know that he's good, I'm good, because neither one of us have engaged. This is what can hurt me the most. Not this, because I've already cleared this with my eyes. If I see something and engage from outside the door, great, perfect, because I'm doing it from cover. Okay? Or concealment, because the walls don't really stop bullets, but I can do it from outside. Once I take this room, I need to hit this and then pull back forward because I don't know what's back here yet. I just can't see it. All right? Clear as mud? Clear as mud. All right, so the second one is a crisscross. Same idea, same method, everything. I've pied this corner. Brad's pied this corner. Okay? The things that we cannot see is back there behind what's underneath there. It's called the unknown. Okay? So whenever we're ready, we communicate, ready, head nod, whatever, we push and move through, and we come pinning this area first, and then beginning to work back through the room. Make sense? Because this can hurt me worse than that can, because I've already seen that. Same method.
Okay, I got a question. Number one man
Yeah.
is coming through, muzzle. Number two man comes in.
Yeah, so whenever...
Go ahead, he'll explain that to you.
So, there's two ways to do this, and you can do it whichever way you feel most comfortable. So Brad's going to come in first, and when he comes past, I'm going to drop my muzzle. Okay. I'm going to either drop, there's two ways. First way is I can drop my muzzle to the Sewell position, which is up against my chest with my support hand flat against my chest, barrel of the gun resting there. There's another way, it's called the raised pistol. It's right here by my temple. Pointed straight up in the air. Fingers off the trigger guard, like it's right here. It's called a raised pistol. So I'm here, he's ready to move. When he comes in, boom, right back here. They work the same way. My thing is I don't want to laser him whenever he comes in. I don't want my barrel to be pointing on my partner when he comes into the room. Because if something goes down in the room and my finger happens to be on the trigger, sympathetic reflex, I just shot my partner in the back. I don't want to do that.
I'm
So-
worth
We
more.
have good, we have good parents.
Yeah, I'm worth more dad to my wife.
Get a bombing joint.
Yeah, I didn't bomb him.
So you got button hook, take your point of domination, and then start clearing the rest of your room. If I engage from out here, I can engage from out here. Don't shoot the camera, by the way.
Oh, I was missed, Rodney.
Crisscross, whichever one is number one, takes his number two when he passes. Drop that barrel and come right back up into it. And you want to be close. The closer you are, the less chance there is for somebody that's sitting over here to pick him up.
Now, are you wanting to come in at the wall, or you want to come in on an angle?
Yeah, so there are cones back here where you start from. We were just getting right here. So you
I'm
can
talking about this corner here.
What about it?
Are you wanting to?
Yeah. So,
anything that's unknown.
yeah. So if I'm right here, I can see. Like if I'm pieing this, I can see from here to right here. I can't see past this.
Right,
And I can see from this one.
He's got the same vision.
right.
So if I come in and I want to take this, I want to hit right here because there could be somebody sitting here. If that's clear, then I'm not going to stay right here because I'm going to start peeling around to this room. Okay?
So you're attacking the unknown first. Because like he said, if you see a bad guy here, you're going to see him
You're
first.
going to engage it.
You're going to engage him, and Jeremy can break it down to you how he does that in a second. But you're going to engage him, but after you clear this, then you can start sweeping the rest of this in here without sweeping your buddy, you know, because they're sweeping this way, you're sweeping this way.
All right.
First two up, let's try the button hook.
Will do. It's good for me. I can stay right here like this. Why? Because my gun is away from the wall. Because I don't want to enter the wall or enter the room and let my gun scrape up against the wall. Okay? So I want to be opposite the wall. Okay? So if I'm over here and I'm a righty, guess what? Life sucks for me. Right? Because now what do I got to do? I got to switch hands. So I got to go support hand. So the easiest way to do strong hand to support hand. It's the same grip, okay? Same exact grip. Bring your thumbs up, and then roll your support hand thumb all the way over like it would be on your strong hand. And then you roll your now support hand, which was your strong hand, back and lay it back in here where it's supposed to go. Now I have a good grip with my support hand as my lead hand. Same way. So if I want to go back, and you can do it. Guys do it like this all the time. You can do, I mean, whatever's more comfortable, but the easiest way to not lose control of my weapon is just roll my thumbs over. That's it.
I'm naturally lefty. So.
Well, you know, it's
works
gonna
out
suck.
perfect.
It's gonna suck for me, right-handed guy. One way or another, it's gonna suck.
Give us a minute. We'll
There you go. Start right there. Right there. You got a good spot. Boom.
You don't want to over-penetrate the room because if you make it 3 to 5 feet inside the door, out of the funnel, and I'm holding here, I don't have to walk over here to know that there's nobody here. I can do that from here, and I've got a good angle on the rest of the room. So I don't need to over-penetrate the room, but I need to penetrate the room enough to get out of the door. That makes sense? Pretty simple. All right, swap sides and then do it again.
button hook.
Button hook.
Just make sure y'all got up here.
Take the door spring on it, Jeremy, when we release it.
We need some. We need them
When they, as
catch.
soon as they come around the corner, just pull it.
Not in their face. There you go.
Good, good,
There you go.
good. You don't even have to turn that far about that. Boom. Good, that's actually good, good.
So it's the same grip. So lay this thumb all the way in, and then lay this. Turn this hand. There you go. And this should fit right inside that hand where that gap creates that space. So now your indexing point is here with this finger. So if you're right-eye dominant, you would line up with your right hand. Well, because you're left-handed now, because we made you go left-handed, you're going to line up with your left hand. So you're going to be. There you go. It's odd. And then when you get to a point where you feel like you can, you know, the threats calm down, I've cleared what I'm supposed to, there's nobody engaging, then you swap.
See, that's why we have reactionary gap in time exists. Okay, what you see, how long does it take for you to input what the hell's going on and then respond? That's the whole OODA loop. That's what's going on. But if there's nothing there, it's okay to bring it back because you don't know who's going to bust out of that door at any moment. Okay, go ahead.
On you all.
Which one are we doing?
The J hook go in together.
Watch your muzzles.
So,
Watch your muzzles. Get ready. Hey, Ron. Yes. Come here a moment.
Smooth. Room clear? Yes. Good with it? All right. Do it again. Now swap. All right, swap sides so the other person can see what it's like on the other side. I don't think it did.
I'll tell them. Hey, Jim. Y'all swap sides.
Oh, did it?
Oh, just over there? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're both wrong.
My bad. Remember, try not to cross your feet.
Don't worry
That's how
about
you
this
get tripped
part
up.
when y'all come in. Because this is going to, unless Jeremy's got something else to add there.
The reason you don't come in is because you've already cleared.
I was gonna say, you should know that.
What you don't know is what's outside on the unknown corners. So that if my first place is I'm gonna punch to that corner and make sure that's clear so nobody behind me or anything gets hit. Then I'm gonna start sweeping everything else. And then once I make it to my eyes make it to my partner, I know that side is clear. He knows my side is clear because I haven't called out threat, I haven't engaged, nothing like that. And we can move on, move out. All right, do it again.
I didn't have my much lined up, I actually had that conversation.
Anything else, pistol, work area down here.
I do paint
The
it.
pistol work area, you can keep it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wants it up here in the work area. Okay, so it's down.
There you go.
Keep straight out. As soon as you turn the corner here,
So when you come in, you're clearing right here already. Yes. That's who we don't know.
that's your most aggressive right here. When you come in both, you and Porter have both can see this much for him, and he can see this much for you.
We're hot.
working the county line right here, fire department and stuff.
That's it.
And, there's one boy, I
Better.
can't remember his name, he's been picking up a lot of shifts out in Bainbury.
Chris
Running
Cross?
for the city out there, you know, make some extra money. Bainbury had a city cop for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, he was manager.
That's good. That's good.
Eyes open, girl.
You wish.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Come this way and then scan it.
Yeah, so this is my point that I don't know about.
Yeah.
So I want to clear this.
Clear it first.
I'm gonna hit it first. Hit it hard. So if I see there's nothing here, I can start sweeping this. The rest
I don't know, is there?
Now I don't have to keep moving to clear. I
Yeah,
don't
you
have
just
to.
stay in one position.
Yeah, because this is my point of domination right here. I can clear this, that. The only thing I can't clear is behind that couch over there. Well, lucky for me, my partner's over in that corner, and that's his. If I make it to this point, I should be done. Unless we're going to secondary clear or something like that, because he's got that. And he's got this. That makes sense?
All right, we're gonna turn.
I'm not waiting, sorry.
And you don't have to go that far, Corbin. Keep it down here. Clear, engage target, I'm here.
Make sure nobody's coming up.
You don't have to go all the way up. It's about the point that you come in here, you get here, so you've already eliminated if there is a target or you clear it. And now you're sweeping.
One this way, so that way we can retake the hallway when we leave the room. And where the gun is, right? In my head, because I'm looking here. Okay, so if I'm pieing this like I'm supposed to do, I've got that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's down. So now my spot is here, back here, and then pull over.
Makes sense.
You can
But see,
engage.
that's what, I stepped inside.
We're messing with you on purpose to make you think, but you don't have to come in to engage somebody if you've got them from the
If you
threshold.
see side.
So in that situation, if they're doing the butt hook, would his partner stay with him still?
Yes. Yes.
Partner still has to stay with him.
Yes.
You don't want to leave him. Actually, both, if you see him engage, you can engage, and then step on in.
Yeah, because you don't want to pull off of him, because if you come in by yourself,
Then you're blind on
You're
this side.
blinded on that side.
you say target before you go up. Target, contact, let me see your hands, drop the gun. Ready, Jesus.
Keep moving, Ken.
Oh,
Both
okay.
of y'all just keep moving toward it. Move on.
Yeah, because naturally you want to fall engaged. Okay.
And you know, the reason we're talking about that.
What were you looking at, Corbin?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. Where's your area? Right there. Yeah. Don't be watching your partner, even if he is putting rounds down range.
Yeah, I've got shot.
All right, next two.
Next two.
Do what?
Okay, so this whole turret, my hips, you know, turreting your hips. So I can turret my hips to where my hips are pointed towards the wall. I'm on the balls of my feet, and I'm walking towards the wall, but I'm still facing Rodney. Now my feet never cross, and I can do it the same way. I can do it one-handed, I can do it the same way. So my hips go where I want to go, right, with my feet, but my gun stays pointed on the target that it has to. So my feet don't get, I don't want to do that, right? All right.
Another thing, guys, you did into the room. You were taking multiple shots from there, and guess what? Any other bad guy in this room right now, boom, 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 boom. They've seen the movies, they know go through that sheetrock. And you were just standing there with that gun, flagging your position the whole entire time. What the heck? Boom, boom, boom. Okay? You can't stay there, guys. It's okay to start clearing as you're moving in, but you gotta move. Get to the point, get to the corners.
One more?
Has everybody cycled through?
Yes, so there's the last one. And then we'll start doing
Hey, question. We was talking about peeking in. Should we like come right here and peek in first before we do the button hook, or just walk on in?
You guys, again, you got to look at the element of what you guys have. Surprise, speed, and violence of action. Right now, we're not looking for speed. I'd rather you guys go slow and precise and fast and stupid. But you still got to do everything consistently. So if you go into the room, you got to believe already at this point you already got surprise, and now you're moving your way to it, and then collapse the room. Remember those red triangles you guys saw in the PowerPoint? How the triangles went in, and then it broke and collapsed the room in, right? Then it filled the whole entire room. Even though we're going slow, don't forget surprise, speed, and violence of action is going on here. It's like trying to spar a white belt slowly. You can't do it. You'll be like, well, what happens if they do this? What happens if that? I'm like, okay. So if I come in to do a hook, what would you do? You would, oh, I would block. Okay, so you're right. Oh, I guess he wasn't. That's the way life is. That's the way life is. Right now we're going slow, and you're going, well, what happens? What happens? Well, that doesn't matter. You haven't built to the speed of life yet. Because although, well, I would just do this, I would just do that. Well, did he block when I punched him fast? No, he didn't. That's just the way it is going to be in the room. That's the OODA loop. That's the whole process of the OODA loop. Who's cognitively aware of what's going on at that moment the fastest? They don't know you're outside. They don't know until you enter the room, but you're already what? Taking them as they enter the room. They're still trying to what? Trying to collect. You're already orientated, decided, you're in the action. They haven't even started the beginning of the loop. They didn't orientate. They didn't have time to.
I gotta go pee. I'll get it for you.
All right?
I mean, but we ain't supposed to be playing with
Take your
toys
time.
right now, Nash. Toys now.
All right, Nash, they're all yours.
I shot that one and that one.
It's also good to remember your shoulders. Remember you're in a fight, so even if you watch, see how I'm canting this a tad bit? That's just for ergonomic purposes. Almost for comfort. Okay? You don't always have to be here, but you can also use this from okay? Try that too. But even if you're left-handed, okay, even if you're not, what does it do with your right? Okay, remember, you got the element of surprise here, even though we're going slow. Okay? Just watch your fields of fire, get to the point of domination.
And if we're just standing here talking, you don't need to be. Just remember,
Target.
it's not real business.
Clear?
Clear.
Every time I go through a whole group, we're just changing my observe.
Clear.
And then the blue hashes on the floor, that's how you're going to move, okay? You can move like this. Shuffle. Okay, do not do this. I'm serious. I know it appears funny.
Says I'm serious.
So just, you want to be sure that keep your shoulders up, elbows in, okay, and move.
You guys see how I'm still holding this gun? Or like it's real, correct? It's the only way we're going to get
Remember, where your eye's looking, the third eye's going to look too. So if you're looking that way, we'll stand out here. We're not moving. No, you guys just hang out here. We're doing a room scan. Those targets inside the room. Okay, how many rounds should we be firing?
3.
Six. Only if there's boom, 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 boom. Not till you hit the target. Okay. There's not full auto. Okay.
Don't stop, get in the room.
And you noticed I didn't move. Well, I mean, I didn't stop as I was moving. So don't stop. Continue to move.
There's another thing people can be comfortable with. When you're doing this, what he was saying, you can do this, or you can do this, and instead of just coming straight over, you can use your body and almost go to a backward sweep when you're clearing that room. You can move ever how you need to, ever how you're more comfortable. That's okay. That's more comfortable. Yeah, that's me too. So that's going to be your starting point. You're going to start doing it, and you're moving. Don't stop. Always move. That's fine. Yeah, I usually like to start backwards. That's a hit. Go ahead. 2 shots per target. Don't stop. Keep moving. 2 shots. Thanks. Good job. You still got another target. You need to go all the way in. Look high, look low. Look left, look right. That's good. Just switch grip. Did you talk to him about that? No. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. When we get to here, we're going to go from a right-hand grip. We're going to switch over to the left-hand grip. All right, and then we're going to go back.
Non-dominant hand.
Or non-dominant hand, yeah, for James.
Either one of them.
Yeah. And if you can tell when you get close to that target, guys, it's not 100% accurate, but you can tell if you get within a chest. You keep moving the entire time until you find the wall. Keep going. All right, Ryan, on you.
You ain't done much.
On you. Slow, find your targets, but keep moving. Good hit, good hit. Stop. Good hit. Stop. Good hit. Don't stop. Keep moving. Good hit. Good hit. Transition.
Yeah, it's great.
Good hit. Good hit. That's a hit. Stop. Stop. Good hit. Good hit. Good hit.
I've been watching
Good hit.
Every time I hear the word stop, it makes me stop.
Good hit. Good hit. Good hit. All the way to the wall. Switch your grip. You missed one. So remember, look high, look low. Okay? Go. Good. Good hit. There it is. Good hit. I got it. Good hit. Finish out. Finish out. Don't stop. There you go. Next. It's on you.
I stop.
Yeah, what am I doing wrong?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, she got the pistol. Cut.
Okay.
Really good. All right. Hold hook off the bang bang switch until you're ready to go. Okay. Because sometimes pointing at something will help your aim.
Stay moving. Stay moving. That was a hit.
Where's the
Find
other
your
one?
target. Find your target. That was a hit. Keep moving. Keep moving. Transition to the other hand.
The left one?
Yep, that's really going to throw you off.
I'm not left.
That was a hit. Go back.
Ceasefire. Don't move.
That was a hit. That was a hit. Yeah, don't stop. Keep moving. That was a hit. Good. Yep. On you. And don't you orientate that gun like that. You can't shoot a gun like this. You're going to hurt your wrist. That's why you got that.
You're right.
Remember,
You're right.
you remember,
Step
stay.
out.
Stay,
Yes,
yeah,
you're
stay
exactly
like
right.
this. Yeah, don't
I
move.
don't know what I was thinking. I thought I'm gonna shoot
You know,
the target right
you
there.
have
I
one of
just
those
saw it.
new around the curve bullets.
Yes, I do.
Remember, you're still stationary up. Wherever the eyes look, wherever the eyes are looking, that's where you're going to go.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah, it curves.
As a hit, as a hit. Stay moving, find your next target. You missed the second target, that's okay. Keep moving, switch your grip. That's good. Take a shot.
Oh, I've got to do it this way.
Yeah. Okay, that was a hit. Keep moving, find the other target. There, you found it. Good, that was a hit. That was a hit, keep moving back in the target. There you go.
That face.
All that stuff. Get it up there, and it's stabilizing you as a shooting platform. Okay? Yes. Whenever you're ready. Remember, you're in a fight.
Two shots each. You got it. Okay. You did
Was that like-
you was like this again. Remember, your turn. This goes where the upper body goes.
Not
don't
my
do
body.
that. Yeah, don't
Okay.
move the wrist.
I'm not left-handed.
But you hit it.
No, me.
Instructor, are you wanting all three or just two? Or
Just two.
Just two?
Just
Okay.
two. When I tap, that doesn't mean you have to come in at that time. You come in whenever you're ready.
So you don't come in, I'm coming out.
You got one?
He should have come in.
I missed that.
Yeah, we get to see that one.
The only reason, guys, the only reason I ran out, somebody opened the door, and then I heard gunfire. And I just ran, okay? So the sad thing is I ran right into Nash. All right, let's do it again. Guys, what they were doing, remember what we did over here, is you can clear the room about 80%, not even entering the room. If you don't need to endanger yourself, don't. Okay? Did you draw a bead on Bradley first?
Yeah. They shot me.
Oh,
It's
Bradley!
okay, baby.
Did you get hit? Did you get a boom boom? Who's your head? Oh, shoot!
You're down. I got one down.
But you're shooting him even though he went down?
Yeah.
Got one in the corner.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, you're dead. You ain't moving. You're dead.
Oh, you already shoot me?
Yeah, I shot you in the face.
There we go. That's what I'm talking
Yeah, you're dead. I don't know what you're moving for.
I didn't know. I thought he was like, hey, show your hands. I didn't even hear the click.
Oh, he emptied it like
That's one, Nash. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. One more time.
Hey, could somebody tell Joey those couches ain't big enough to hide him?
I'm not that big. No,
He
you're
tries.
Poor Joey.
Keep up, Kenny, remember, you got right food.
I'm feeling sick. Uh-oh. Was that James I heard?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh!
Yep, Dad. No, first down.
Ask questions later.
Supposed to kill people.
All right, that time we were just walking out. You know, sometimes it happens. They just walk out. All right, somebody else. Somebody else. Sometimes that happens. We walked out. They were about to come in. We just decided to walk outside. That's part of totality.
Me and Nash got patience. We ain't gonna sit there.
It's smaller than the average cookie.
We throwing these?
So guys, what technique did they use a lot of the time? Almost all the time, unless it was clear. Once they felt it was clear, then they came in. So a lot of their work was done where? Outside the funnel. Okay. Now sometimes things will change. We'll have a partition up like right here, and anything behind that partition that you can't clear from the kill zone or from the fatal funnel is a red zone. That's a zone you can't see. You don't own it. Okay. So sometimes it's not an option. Again, it all depends on totality of circumstances. Do you need to get in there now? You know, because right now I don't have a hostage inside here yet. Okay? I'm not bashing you guys. I'm not, get down, shut up! I said shut up! You know, I haven't barricaded myself inside the room. Okay?
Yeah.
Hands! On the ground! Put the weapon down!
You're down. You're shot in the head.
I got hit.
Who's left?
Is there somebody here?
Oh, you dead. Oh.
A dirty ninja hiding in the corner of the wall.
Ninja star.
I'm just blocking the door from him holding the wall.
See that guy? This is crazy. You don't know what's behind the door, and again, pine and clearing that funnel is everything. Okay, pine and clearing that funnel was everything. He did the exact thing. He just couldn't shoot me, right? I wasn't. Okay, I surrendered. At the same time as I was surrendering, my buddy behind with a supersonic projectile. Remember what I talked about? Proximity. weaponry. You just can't target fixate. You can't. You got to keep moving. So even though he drew down on me, get down, get down. I was no threat at that time. He had no reason at that point to put the gun at me anymore because I was on what? My knees. You were already on the knees. I was already down. Click, click, click. I saw that red dot hitting right there. Okay?
Actually, it's more right there.
My eyes! But guys, although we're doing this lighthearted, guys, I still remember that first civilian I killed during room clearing exercise at nighttime. You shouldn't forget that stuff. This stuff should hit you in the core. When you drop dead right here, it should hit you in the core. When you mess up in here, it should hit you to the core. You shouldn't forget it. Because if you're in here for the right reason, in your mind, I'm dead. Whoever I was trying to protect is gone. What can I do to better myself? Okay, that's the whole entire reason why we're here. It's the reason why we're doing such things. Okay, guys, do a few more, and then after that, I'm gonna. What time is it? It's almost 4:30. Almost 4:30. After this, I'm gonna have them start stepping off the X, not just room clearing. We're going to be doing close quarters, tie type attacks. If your backs can handle it, you guys just let me know. So these guys will start hitting me a little harder. I want you guys to get a little more exerted.
How do you want this?
You guys can go wherever you
You're
want.
gonna be stabbing me?
Or you can go do whatever you want. Because right now, again, we got to give them the element of surprise. Because that's another reason I'm just standing there. Like, oh, what the, you know? Until we see aggression. If the doors fly open, what would you do if you were the opposing force? Whew. Yeah, we're going to be drawing down on that door because nobody should be there. This is the crew, right? Okay.
You still have that knife in your hand, would that still be considered a weapon though? 'Cause you
It
could
is a
have
weapon, but you
I
got
mean, you could
to
have thrown it though.
look at posture of intent as well. You have to look. In totality of circumstances, a knife thrown or a supersonic projectile. There's a chance of it sticking in you, but there's a definitely that bullet's going to go through you. Okay, so you have to look at posture of intent, proximity, and weaponry. All that stuff.
Keep shooting me.
All right, guys, what happened?
I shot Nash. I shot Jason too.
This is you, Jason. Poor Jason.
I'm just keeping the doors from getting whooped in the wall.
He saw it when he did it. He said, oh!
All right, so what happened?
I got shot
Joey
again.
did a hip
Joey, that's where them throwaway guns.
I think I felt the wind.
Okay, so you knocked me over pretty much.
Yeah, you came up with a knife, so I opened fire.
Right on into proximity.
Yeah.
Even if it is, you guys, even if I didn't try to attack him with this knife, that's proximity. As soon as you come through the door and I'm hitting here, guys, take him out as you're moving. You have to move. Even run him over. You run him, pop, 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 and then keep moving. Guys, a static target's a dead target. Don't give these guys one opportunity to beat in on you. You guys stop for a second. How fast can a supersonic projectile come out? What's the muzzle velocity of a 9mm coming out of it? Yeah. Yeah. All right, one more turn.